Happy Friday! Welcome to the Weekly Chatter Live. I'm Joshua Harrell, and this is...
Jason Block. How you doing?
So, it's Friday, it's live.
Woo!
Oh, wow. That was, see, we don't even need Evan sound effects. We've got,
We're gonna sample that
yeah, we got things going on here. Welcome to the Weekly Chatter Live. Hopefully, if you are joining us live, you are having a grand day. But if you're watching it on demand, a grand day, grand night, whatever, I just hope you're having a good time. And thank you for tuning in and watching our show. Little note that you always like me to make is this is not serious journalism here. So, yeah, we're here to have fun.
We are.
If this
maybe a few nuggets of seriousness mixed in, but yeah, this is supposed to be a good time.
See, y'all, that's setting the expectations, right? He's under promise, over deliver,
That's
right? Well, and all kidding aside, we're so glad that you're here and you're watching us or listening to us on the podcast. This is Travel Quest Network's Weekly Chatter Live. We are broadcasting all around the world right now on the tweeters and the YouTubers and the Facebooks and all of that. And the chatter, the name chatter, really comes from what's going on with our members, the members of Travel Quest Network.
Yep.
In the comments area of our members-only Facebook group. So if you are a member of Travel Quest Network, you should know about the members-only Facebook group. And we'd love to hear your wins, your challenges, your comments on the fact that the lava lamp is still not working, despite another attempt to get in here early to do it.
I was going to say something.
Yeah,
I just noticed that on the monitor.
But Relia has gifted us floating fishes, jellyfishes. So the part of the lava lamp will be played by the dancing fishes. Oh, Evan's behind the camera with the sound effects. So, Jason, you weren't here last week. I was kind of by myself. I had some people coming in virtually, but where were you last week?
You know, I was down in Florida with my wife and girls for spring break, and
woo, spring break!
I have a little bone to pick with you though, Joshua. Here I am, away from the office, sitting in this rental house at the kitchen table with my wife, working. I did take Thursday off, but working was Friday night, about 6 o'clock, 7 Eastern. I'm wrapping up what I'm going to do. I was like, let's check out the Weekly Chatter recording, right? And what do I hear? Joshua throwing me under the bus, saying I was just off gallivanting all week long.
You know, you could have gone in so many different directions that, yes, in all fairness, he was only off one day, but, he was in a
It's
nice
good to be back, though.
Beach. Yeah, very glad to have you back.
What a week, though.
Like, just personally, or the universe, or
it's been in the universe, yes. But it's been a busy week in the lab. We got a lot of crazy things happening, and my daughter Rebecca got her driver's license this week, like her real one. And so, did I tell you this?
No.
So we went to get her road test done, right?
Okay.
And we go through all the DMV lines for about an hour, doing all the different paperwork, going to like 3 different stations.
Okay.
And the last station, they tell us, pull your car into this particular spot, and the instructor will come out and to do the test.
Okay.
So, the car she's driving, it's a little old. It's a 2004, so it's older than she is. And she went to start the car to back it into this space, and she puts the key in, goes to turn. Guess what happens? The key fob snaps in half. The car will not start. The instructor is about to walk up to the car, and she, God bless her, she handled it very smoothly, but I was having a bit of a breakdown. I'm like, well, of all days, what are we going to do? So we couldn't piece it back together. We tried all these things. Fortunately, my wife came to save the day, as always. Jillian, as always, was there to save the day. She brought, we don't have a spare key, but she did bring a pair of pliers that we could use to attach to the metal part of the key. So then my daughter, she passes the test, all is well, everyone's happy, and my daughter's walking around school showing her friends her car keys, which is a little metal thing like this with a giant set of lock pliers attached to it, and she's carrying it around like a little trophy.
So did the instructor notice any of that?
Oh yes.
Yes.
But he was cool with it.
Yeah, I mean,
He was kind of laughing at us.
I feel like that would be you get like extra points for ingenuity and resourcefulness. Like if you could do that,
We totally had to MacGyver.
I think you could yield properly. I feel like you'd pay attention to that. Wow.
But it was a stressful experience because it's a big deal for a 16-year-old, right, to get the driver's license, and I thought I ruined it at all because of course I was supposed to have. There was already a little crack in the key.
Okay.
And I was supposed to have gotten this replaced some time ago. And God bless my wife. She did not say a word. She just came and brought the pliers. Anyway.
But Jillian, if you're watching, we all know what you were thinking the whole time. From the time you were getting the pliers to the time you were driving there. We all know what you were thinking. You didn't have to say it.
No, she was very gracious not to.
Wow, well, what a big milestone.
Yes, it was.
And so that's exciting. I mean, now you can say, drive me places, child.
Well, now I feel we have 2 drivers. Do you believe that? 2.
Well,
I know so many of you have teenage drivers out there. You feel my
angst.
Angst, yes.
Yeah.
That's the right word for it. Anyway.
Oh. I didn't have any of those life experiences. So the most exciting thing for me is that I was able to make the fish dance in this jar. You weren't here when I tried to put it together, and I didn't. I got clocked for not reading the instructions. So please notice this, Relia. This is for you. Thank you for adding it to the set. So it is the chatter.
Yeah.
Let's go see what's going on in the members-only Facebook group. Oh, and by the way, we do know that you don't have to be a member of Travel Quest Network to be watching the Weekly Chatter live. You could just be like, hey, what are these guys doing? And one is in sequence, so like this seems interesting.
That's always fun.
But if you do want to know what Travel Quest Network is all about, go to travelquestnetwork.com. And then that, I don't know that will set you up for this show, but at least you'll know where we come from, right?
And then you can be one of the cool kids in the Weekly Chatter private Facebook group.
Exactly. All right.
Where we're going now.
Where we're going right now. All right. So, Cynthia from Birmingham, she got in first.
Reclaiming the title.
She beat everybody to it. And if you are just tuning in, Cynthia from Birmingham has been in our been in the audience like forever. And Jason was like, okay, let's see if she can beat everybody. And the last time you were here, you were like, did Cynthia beat?
Yeah.
And she wasn't. So, but she did this time. So just for you. All right, Alan, happy Friday. Challenge this week. My first real upset clients in destinations and dealing through that.
Ooh.
So Alan, you didn't give a lot of detail. So, I mean, and you don't have to, but if you do want to share, I'm sure, our members would love to commiserate with you. But that stinks.
It does.
It's
a good reminder. I mean, Alan's been very successful.
Yeah.
And done a lot of things right. But we're all human, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it was his fault or someone else's fault or just a crazy circumstance. Mm-hmm. But, everything doesn't always go right.
Right.
And I think we just, in anything, right? In anything we do. So we just need to, when something bad does happen, we have to roll with it. And it might not be fun, mm-hmm. but you can get through.
British people say keep calm and carry on.
That's right.
Yeah. But it is hard to keep calm sometimes when...
Yeah, it doesn't make it
Yeah.
fun or easy, but...
Well,
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, and I know there's a whole bunch of our members who know exactly what you're going through. So you are not alone.
That is right.
Cynthia said, my win for this week is landing a vendor spot by invitation only at a major event in June starring a major recording star. I'm so
Ooh.
excited.
I'm intrigued.
I mean, I didn't know I was performing anywhere in June, but I'm glad that you'll be there. No, just that's fantastic. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Oh, look at ta-da. All right. See, when I had control of the sound effects, I knew exactly what was going to happen. Now that Evan's got control of the sound
Takes you by
effects,
surprise.
yeah, I'm like, okay. As long as he doesn't do the DJ horn. That when I did it, our members were like, no, do not ever do that. That is not going to be a thing. Stop it. All right. Debbie, happy Friday from Squim, Washington. Win for the week. I have enough money on the books in 2024 to pay operating expenses for the year. What
Already.
a great feeling.
Isn't that awesome?
Congratulations.
Yeah, that needs a... There we go. Yes.
Roaring crowd there. Wow, congratulations. That is so awesome. See, this is where it gets, when I talk about what I do and being a part of Travel Quest Network, just out in the world, going to great clips or whatever, getting my hair cut, I say that we get to be a part of people's success stories. And right there, that's a very, very big deal, as I'm sure many of you realize. So congratulations. All right, Teresa said, it's a beautiful Friday in Fort Myers. Thank you for tuning in Fort Myers. I think that's also where our Jesse is in Fort Myers. So, or maybe I'm wrong. I always get confused. Where in the world is Jesse, our Jesse?
I do too.
Yeah. She does work here, yes. So I yeah. Anyway, I think it's Fort Myers. All right, Kara said, happy Friday from an actually balmy Minnesota where it's 82 degrees.
Ooh.
Our Minnesota
That's
peeps.
like water skiing weather
Yeah?
in Minnesota. Yeah.
Water skiing weather. Are you out there, Kara? We want to know if you're water skiing.
I had a friend in Minnesota that he loved to water ski, and like the water skiing season there are a lot of lakes, of course.
Yeah.
But the water skiing season is extremely short. But he would go out, as soon as the snow would all melt away, he would go out with like a wetsuit, the water's like 40 degrees, and I'm like, dude, you are crazy. But he loved it. But 82 in April, wow.
Yeah. I hope you were enjoying it.
Cherish that.
Yeah. Anke, I'm going to say, I have never pronounced your name before, and I apologize if I completely butchered it, but he said, hi, everyone. So hi, welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, and I'm going to learn your name so I don't mess it up next time. Teresa said, happy Friday. Got to have a little woo. Debbie said, in Squim, it's sunny and 60. Can't complain. I feel like we're doing the weather report, guys, coming in from Washington. Daniela said, happy Friday. Hannah said, hey all, win for the week. Had great success working with Agent Air, which is our air booking tool, on some complex air schedules for clients. 2 month sorry, let me read this again. Sorry, this is me reading. This is how I read. So, had great success working with Agent Air on some complex air schedules for a client's 2-month-long sabbatical. Thanks again, Tracy. That's Tracy on our air team. You think air isn't complicated.
It can be.
But it can be.
It can be.
And that's where our air team, Tina and Tracy, really, they are rock stars.
For sure.
All right, Christina said, howdy, fam bam. Win, gorgeous weather, and it's rolling into a calm weekend here. Challenge, getting clients to close in a timely manner. Have a few waiting on paydays. Well, I mean, that is definitely a real thing.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, our Wendy, she remembered. She said, happy Friday all, and happy early birthday, Joshua Harrell. It is my birthday on Sunday.
He's going to be 28.
Yeah.
He's very excited.
And then some. Let's see. My win and challenge, Wendy's sharing. Large incentive group traveling next week. Ready to be done with it. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. So I do not book travel,
Mm-hmm.
but these large groups,
Mm-hmm.
especially incentive groups, that's the stories I hear about it.
Yeah.
It's a blessing and a little bit of a curse.
It's that classic double-edged sword, right?
Yeah,
Great business, but it can be complicated and challenging,
yeah.
but there's a lot of money to be made in groups of all different varieties.
Yeah, yeah.
Incentive groups have their own little peculiarities.
Yeah, because you've got, I mean, it was a reward trip, and then you've got magnificent others, and maybe the other magnificent other is not transferring information, and then there's lots of questions, and da 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 da.
And a lot might depend on the company partner that you're working with, the corporate partner who's funding it, and their skills or not.
Yeah.
So
and
it could be.
and not reading emails.
Well, yeah,
That's the
that
thing.
is a universal challenge.
It is a universal challenge, and I'm a part of an industry association that has an annual conference. I am not
Okay.
talking about our conferences or anything, but I just joined this, so this is my
Okay.
first time being putting together the event with them.
Uh-huh.
And these are all travel suppliers and leaders of different travel agencies. And the group said nobody reads the emails. Everybody keeps asking questions about where to stay, what we're doing. So I thought it was kind of funny just to know that that's way universal, including people in travel. Oh my goodness. Our Amy said, happy Friday and happy early birthday, Joshua. Thank you, Amy. I hope Sydney is watching. Little Sydney, she likes to... I swear I'm going to get her on the show. She's going to be the co-host. Next time you're gone, she's coming in.
Okay.
Lisa said, happy Friday, and another shout out to Joshua for an early birthday. I didn't know, see, I had to keep hitting everybody that my birthday was coming up.
You tell enough people, enough time that your birthday is coming.
And the funny thing is, guys, I actually just don't celebrate my birthday. Like, if I'm just like, yeah, whatever, it's my birthday. But the reason why I kept calling it out is I kept forgetting when our first road show was. And that's on April 17th in Houston. Got it out. I got it out. I've been practicing in Houston. So that's on the 17th, so that's how I remembered. So that's why I made it a big deal, just so you know.
I got it.
Yeah. But
It's all coming together.
It's all coming back to me now. All right, Tanya said, hello from Apple Valley, Minnesota. Angela said, happy Friday. Happy to see you all at the upcoming road shows. Like, I mean, it's on. We've been talking about it for months.
It's here.
It's here.
It's here.
Yeah. So we go.
The packs have been loaded and sent, and
Yes.
the show is hitting the road.
Yes. And we've got a whole bunch of really cool travel partners that are joining us. We've got unique training that our Erica, who's going to join us in a little bit, because Velma's on another vacation. I swear, everybody's going on vacation but me. What? So there's this brand new training that's that Erica's gonna be putting on, and then you and our Britta have some magic going on. So it's gonna be, I mean, and there's a cocktail party. So, like, yeah,
Absolutely, and really a great opportunity to spend some small group one-on-one time with those travel partners that'll be there, and then to network with other agents in our team in the area. And I don't know. I don't know if you have this on your list, but if you've been living under a rock and you're in Houston, is it still too late for them to register?
No, Houston, Houston, I think is still open.
Houston, we still have some spots.
Yes.
So get there.
So go to travelquestnetwork.com/roadshows, and then you can see the schedule, and you can register for the roadshows. There's a few that are sold out and a few that are still open. So definitely, please come. And you're right. It's about it's those global destinations and local connections, and that is local connections with travel partners that are within that area. Sometimes our national teams from our travel partners are there, so you get to meet them in person. But I think some of the magic really happens when you realize that someone in your vicinity is just like you. Is at the same stage in their business, or maybe they're just a little bit ahead. So but there's some camaraderie there that you just don't expect, and so some real magic has happened at the road shows, and I'm excited. I didn't get a bus. I had been, I lobbied for a bus this year. I really wanted us to do a bus, but actually, I think trying to get from Dallas to Seattle. Overnight, that might have been a little tough.
It's tricky. We would have had to adjust the schedule.
Yeah, I don't know how the Jonas Brothers do it, but I feel like we would not have the budget for that. So, no, God, I love it. So Houston, Dallas-Fort Worth, Seattle, and these hotels, our Angela came up with really fun hotels. So when you do get to come, even when you come to Atlanta, you're going to get to come to a cool hotel. The one in Dallas, Fort Worth, actually I think it's Fort Worth, is like people on our team are just excited to have a drink on a seat that is a saddle.
It sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
And the road shows last year were a huge hit.
Yeah.
And we weren't in the nicest properties. Let's call it what it is, right? They were, it was like the warehouse district near the airport a lot of times.
Bonnie and Walt had to walk like 3 miles to get a coffee. It was they thought they were in like Walking Dead. And
so this year we said, none of that. We want nice places. So.
Yes. And Angela went for it. So anybody, you're gonna have a great time if you're coming. And of course, we'll follow us at Travel Quest Network on Instagram and Facebook, and you can see what's going on. And I know we'll shoot some videos, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. If you are coming and you're gonna do the social media, hashtag Travel Quest World, not Travel Quest World.
No, that's the wrong event, Josh.
Travel Quest Network Roadshow.
Travel Quest Network Roadshow. Is the official hashtag.
Exactly. How did I mess that
Travel Quest
up?
Network Road Shows. So the hashtag is singular. Yes?
Right, because I'm at a road show, so it's singular. But thank you for correcting me, because it just it flew out of my mouth really fast. So very, very excited about that. It's a couple weeks of travel and doing the tour, and then we stop in Nashville on May 7th for the first ever Core Summit, which is very, very cool. We are you're coming with your sales plan, and then we're teaching you, along with our travel partners, how to turn that sales plan into money. So you can Scrooge McDuck it and dance and swim through the coins. So that's very cool. And then, of course, Travel Leaders Edge. So it's a busy
month.
Busy month. So
but this week is cool, this coming week, because we're going to be in 2 new cities. Last year we didn't do a road show in Houston or in Seattle.
Right.
So 2 brand new cities for us.
Just next week.
Right.
Yeah. So
very cool.
Very, very excited about that. All right. Let's see. Michelle said, "You two are sitting on the wrong sides of each other. It's throwing me off." Yes. Did you? It's throwing me off too, because let me just tell you, Michelle, we're looking at a screen and I'm over there and he's over there, but we did it because when we pull up our cards, or when I was showing my shirt the other day, it was all backwards.
Right.
And the complaints, it was, what do they say, for every complaint letter you get, there's 1 million dissatisfied people.
Right.
So one person complained about it, so there's 1 million people who were, no. You know which Angela you are that you told me that it was an issue. Let's see here. Kara said, "Win, 2 larger budget clients paid my planning fee this week, so I've got some fun itineraries to plan, South America and Ireland."
Oh, cool.
Very, very exciting. Yeah, we were going to talk about planning fees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were.
And I she's calling it out. Kara's saying, they paid my planning fee. I'm excited. Yeah. But you and I were talking the other day, and you had a point of view about kind of the way it's being presented, or maybe a misconception around it. You want to talk about that?
Sure. So I was reading an article, And it was, and many of you may have seen it. It was one of the trade magazines. It was an agent saying, hey, why should I charge a planning fee when there's 20 other agents in my area that don't, right? And so I was reading some of the responses, and there were, some that were saying, basically do what you want, but I don't charge one either. Some were saying, oh, you absolutely should. And I was just reading it. I was like, okay, we're kind of, I think, missing the point here. One of the main ideas, and in that particular case, what are the chances that the service that this person who's asking the question offers, what are the chances that those are the same as the other 20 in the area? And the chances are zero. There's definitely some differences, right? And so just to ask the question assumes that we're all the same and that we're all a commodity. And we're not.
No.
And it's a fair question, right? It's a fair question for people to ask on the surface. But if you look last year and first quarter this year, right? Consumers were like knocking down the door to speak with a travel advisor, right? And many of you are still seeing that continue, right? Fantastic, amen, hallelujah. But at some point in a normal world, you have to be able to justify what your service fee or your planning fee is. And, you need to be able to articulate that in a compelling manner. And so I was reading this and I was thinking about, like a Jiffy Lube oil change, right? And, they charge for an oil change, but then they do all these other things, right? And I think they call it like their 17-point inspection or something like that, right?
Ooh,
And
that's
so
impressive.
You're getting the oil change, but they're checking your tire pressure and this fluid and that fluid. And all that's great, right? And it's kind of included in their package price. But it gives you peace of mind as a consumer, right? And that's, for... you're maintaining this expensive thing you own in your car. And as consumers are buying travel, in some cases they're spending 5, 6, 10, 15, 20. I mean, some people are spending lots of money on travel. And so I think your challenge when you think about this thing about a planning fee is how are you articulating your service package? What's your 3-point service program or 5-point service? What comes with this fee? Like, what do I get? And if the answer is nothing, I just regurgitate a Vax quote. Okay, well, today in this environment, yeah, you might be able to still get away with a fee. I hope you're not doing that, right? And we've talked about that before. But in the long run, you need to be able to articulate what it is you're doing for that fee, right? And so I think there's oodles of opportunity to add in different things that ultimately give that consumer peace of mind. Because if I'm going to spend $5,000 or $10,000 or whatever the number is, $2,000, regardless of what my budget is, it's a lot for me. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Right? So
well, like Christina was saying, she's waiting on paydays for them to
exactly.
So
it's a lot. It could be, a $1,000 trip. It's a lot for that person.
Yeah.
It could be a $50,000 trip, and that's a lot for that person. The point is, no matter what that amount is, if you're going to have a $50 fee or even a $200 fee, depends what you do and what kind of travel you're selling, if you can articulate those points that are in your service program, right, that clearly justify that $200. So if I'm buying a $10,000 trip and you're telling me that, I'm going to be checking to make sure the prices don't go down, right? I'm going to be there for you during your trip. So if you have a problem, I'm available. And you can specify, you can limit that, right? You can specify how they can reach to you, but you're giving them some peace of mind. And you can create 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 things that justify that fee, right? But the key is to make yourself stand out, be different. Don't just say, oh, I have a planning fee, and then be scared of charging it.
Right.
Think about your business and how you articulate your value prop, right?
Right.
So it just struck me, gosh, we're all looking at everybody like they're the same, and we're not. You can't answer this question in a vacuum.
There's a line from a favorite song of mine, and it is "There's only one me in the galaxy. I am an endangered species."
Right.
So there is only one you, and if you are approaching, and we've talked about planning fees a lot. I mean, at different events and even here, but it's having the confidence in with the value that you bring. So you said conveying the value proposition, but I actually have to believe in it myself.
Yes.
Or that's where it goes wrong, and that's sales in general. If you don't believe in it, it falls flat.
Yes.
So and there's a little psychology, and I can't really quantify this, but I've seen it years and years in all different businesses. It's not about being and sometimes it's just putting that value on you and your expertise. That you having a number and someone else not having a number all of a sudden makes you there's some cachet to that.
Yeah.
And we've even heard people say they've had to, like, they started charging fees and they had to turn people away. And it's like it didn't happen overnight, but it was a quick change. So just an interesting, yeah. And your expertise and your approach, and I might like the way that you work with me, but I don't like the way that Evan works with me.
Right.
You both have the same planning fee. I'm going to go on the same trip, but even the way you interact with me is a part of that whole experience. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
and
congratulations.
it really does depend on the kind of travel you sell and the way you sell it.
Yeah.
Right? If you're selling very inexpensive, more commodity-style trips, and you're providing very little customization and very little true guidance, right? Then it is more difficult to charge a lavish fee, right? If on the other end of the spectrum, if you're providing, really bespoke custom itinerary planning and lots of guidance and in-trip support, then it becomes very easy to charge a fee. And the trick is finding for your particular offering what's the right matchup, right? And how do you pair that? How do you get comfortable with the pitch, as you said? And it's creating a little bit of scarcity that, look, I am in demand. Right? I don't work with everybody, so if I charge a $100 fee and if that scares you, you have to not only have the attitude, you have to believe in the attitude to say, then, by all means, go to a competitor.
Yeah.
Right? No skin off my back.
Yeah.
And whether that's actually true or not, you have to be able to present that with confidence.
Yeah.
And then people want to work with you. They seek you out, right?
And we've heard it over and over again where someone makes the decision to start charging a planning fee, and they're like, I presented it, I'm not sure, and then it's accepted, it's paid, and it's like, yes, okay, now no holds bar, I'm going for it.
Right.
So congratulations to you, Kara, and everybody. Think about. I mean, it's just good salesmanship to believe in. Create that value proposition. What do you bring to the table that's different than anyone else?
Yep.
And just you as a human being is unique. So that's the base starting point. And find the thing that works for what you sell and who you're selling to.
Yeah.
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 Well, so something you missed last week. Well, you said you watched the show. Sorry when I was slagging you off a little bit about being on holiday all week. So our Velma had taken Friday off. Just FYI, guys, she didn't really. So, shame on you, Velma. But no, glad that she took some time off. And Erica joined us, our education manager. So, Erica had, she got out the cash register tape. So she's going to be filling in for Velma today because Velma is taking another vacation day. So, Erica, are you there?
There she
hey,
is.
Everybody. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
It's so good to see you, and look how lovely your set is. Oh, we got to get in because we didn't crop the things right. I love your set.
My forehead looks huge.
Look, we don't think that. You just drew attention to your forehead there. So I'm not saying, do you notice that she's got my book in the background? She did that last week too. So I'm just saying.
I won't say.
It lives there now.
It lives there now. So it's so good.
Did she read it? That's the question.
No, yeah. Don't please. Nobody read it. Nobody read it. Yeah. Like she even cover to cover. That was fantastic. Way to go deadpan on me there. Erica, so you are filling in for our Velma. So Velma comes in from Texas.
They're
You're
big
coming in
boots
from New
to fill.
Jersey.
Mm-hmm. I do not own any cowboy boots. That's a secret about me.
Is it a secret? Did we all assume you had cowboy boots?
Well, I mean, if you've been to Texas, you kind of end up with them, I feel like.
The
Like
stork,
what
and they just bring you
happens to
cowboy
people.
boots.
I feel like I don't know anybody that's been to Texas and doesn't come home with a pair of cowboy boots. It's like going to Ireland and bringing home something with a shamrock on it, right?
Okay. Well, just so you know, I do have some cowboy boots when we're in Texas. So, yeah.
Really?
I've worn them maybe 3 times my entire life.
And that's what happens.
All right, Erica. So take us away. Give us the numbers.
I'm excited about today's numbers. We got some big deals going on here in the biz. So we got a gentleman bringing up the ladies here as our number 3 agent of the week. And this fella has been booking Regent Seven Seas. And are you ready for these numbers?
Ready.
Total sales of just shy of $190,000 with a revenue of, again, just shy, just a squeaker, $23,000.
Wow.
Now, it may interest you to hear that this particular gentleman made 3 bookings with Regent Seven Seas, and those 3 bookings alone. So if you want to talk about aligning yourself with a supplier, $13,500 was the average sale with Regent Seven Seas, and his average revenue almost $1,800 per sale. Now you may be saying, that sounds pretty good, but how did he arrive at almost $190,000 with just those 3 Regent bookings? Well, if you were pondering that, that would be his almost $150,000 sale with Abercrombie and Kent, bringing in a revenue on a single sale, $17,500. Mr. Number 3. Not too shabby.
No.
So let me make sure I heard that right, because I'm slow sometimes. 4 bookings, 190K in sales, and was it 23
Yep.
in revenue?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
4 bookings,
That's correct.
190 grand in sales, and 23,000 in income
Mm-hmm.
for the week.
That would be correct. For the week.
Yeah, guy.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
guy.
Now I don't know what's more surprising to me, those numbers, or that he's number 3.
Yeah.
Because do you want to hear about the ladies in the top 2 spots?
I do.
Each of these spectacular salespeople have cracked $250,000 in sales in 1 week.
Okay.
That's.
That's
Can I have some
That's-
gum now at
that's
this
like-
point? Like I need
yeah.
to
That's
refresh
those are
myself.
like nutty numbers.
Woo! I feel
Go
like
ahead,
I need
okay.
some lemonade. Like I am on the porch. It is hot. I am like,
Do you need a
woo!
mint julep?
I do. I do. Okay. Miss number 2. She's doing some fun stuff too. A massive $17,000 with small luxury hotels, which, if you are not familiar with small luxury hotels, they're sometimes abbreviated SLH. This is a collection of, they're not named quite cleverly, small luxury hotels. So you will find small luxury hotels all over the world. I believe the definition of small is that they have to be under 100 rooms-ish. They are typically 5-star properties which, as you know, for small hotels, also gaining that level of luxury is sometimes difficult. So this means we are booking some pretty fancy schmancy stuff in probably some exotic locations. And then that was just getting started because we also are making a sale for over $100,000 with the Queen of Clubs, who we discussed last week, and they do some luxury kind of exotic Europe-y looking stuff. So this is a
Okay,
new
can we
brand
pause for a
us.
second? I need to get in here. Did you just say Europe-y kind of stuff?
Mm-hmm.
That is so.
It's
So
an
this
industry term.
is our education manager, Erica Scanelli, coming to you from New Jersey. She is going to next week's course is on Europe-y type stuff. So please tune in. Sorry, I'm giving you a hard time.
This is where you come for the expert information. Well, you know what? Maybe they should make themselves a little more obviously named, like small luxury hotels, and then we'd know what they do.
Okay.
Just gonna go. Sorry, Queen of Clubs. Then, we're still going. This is still just our second salesperson of the week. Another $90,000 with Swiss Epic Tours, who are also very clearly named. So this individual made 8 transactions this week. It was a heavy lift. $253,000 with a revenue of over 25 grand.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah, and if you guys are new, we talk about the sales. That's the total sale of the trip. But the revenue is that commission, that anticipated commission. That's your revenue. So we rank this by revenue because at the end of the day, you can sell low margin items. I mean, have real high number in sales, but low margin items, and you can not be number one in that situation. We're happy for that, but it's just you always want to think about that bottom line. And so selling luxury, even the SLH. The small luxury hotels, your chances of increasing that margin are high.
Wow. So congratulations to those two. Now, who's the top?
Congratulations. Who's the top? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You can imagine where we're going with this. So this member has done a whopping, you might even say a boatload of cruise bookings, including almost $200,000 with, again, our friends at Regent Seven Seas.
Wow.
And this agent dabbled in a few little sales, just throwing around a little Viking and a little Princess and a little Oceana too, just, because
just to spread it around.
Yeah. Don't put everything in one bucket.
You couldn't. So I'm trying to decide what startling statistic I should give you. Do you want to hear the total? You want to hear the total? Let's go to the total. The total. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say you like to protract this out, so like we're on bated breath here, like who's number one?
Who's number one? $277,000 in revenue. I'm sorry, in sales, in revenue. Oh my God, now I really need a lemonade. $277,000 in sales, which made almost $30,000 in revenue.
Wow. Congratulations.
Man.
That is impressive.
I haven't been like tracking the total of the top 3, but that might be like if you add the top 3 together, the best top 3 that we've seen ever, maybe.
Yeah.
We've been doing this.
I'm not real good with keeping track of numbers in my head, but yeah, I actually think there's normally a teen in there, and this was way to go.
Big stuff.
Very impressive.
Big
Congratulations, guys. Great week.
And look, demand for luxury cruise is definitely there. And I think
I'd be
you're seeing
real
it in those
curious
numbers.
too if they're booking in 2024. Are we booking world cruises? Are we getting groups going? These are some big dollar. Are we booking the suite? What are we doing here? I'd love to know.
Well,
You have to dig into those.
I
Yeah.
demand answers.
yeah, but over the last 12 months, you've heard Regent a lot.
Yep.
And Jody over at Regent has been such a strong supporter of our network. So Jody, if you're watching, thank you. I'm sure you like hearing your brand mentioned in the top 3 on a regular basis. Yes, definitely. Well, Erica, thank you for filling in for Velma. So, guys, just so you know, Erica is going to be joining us each week along with Velma. We're going to mix up the format a little bit, so you will be seeing her on a regular basis. Not only are you going to see her in the Weekly Chatter Live, you're going to see her in Partner Spotlights, I just lost the Power Talks. Thank you. Last week, this week it was a Power Talk with Universal, right?
It was. And
Yeah.
if you missed it, it's on Pro. So go ahead and watch it.
Yeah. So good to see Erica, and I will be seeing you in Houston
I'll see
on
that.
my birthday.
I believe I'm arriving on your birthday.
I believe you are. I believe, yes. So we'll see you soon. Can't wait to see you. Thank
See you
you.
guys. Happy Friday, Travel Quest Nation.
Travel Quest Nation.
I like the Travel Quest Nation.
Yes.
Great job, Erica.
Yeah, great job. But she likes
Big numbers.
she likes to. Woohoo! I'm gonna pull
She
this
was
out.
Spinning the web.
Yeah. But what I love that she started highlighting the average transaction.
Yeah.
Because when we talk about using the sales plan generator on Pro, you get to fiddle with my number of transactions, my average sale, and to really figure out what levers you need to pull. And that was
average sale is a big one.
An average sale is a really, really big one, and choosing products with high margin, definitely a big one. So before we get into, because I know you're here, I love when you're here and you have the headlines. Normally I just have a little chin wag with whoever will talk to me. But I pull out this sequin jacket once a year, and I pull it out to talk about Travel Quest World. Yes. I do feel like I'm like in a sportsy. So this is not my Travel Quest World. This is my let me tell you about Travel Quest World jacket.
Okay.
Tell
me.
I have a different. So very, very excited. We announced the dates for Travel Quest World, as you know.
Yes.
We're at the Waldorf Astoria in Orlando,
Yes. September
8th through the 10th. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So we gave those dates, and everybody's been like, when is registration open? When is registration open? Well, the wait is over. Registration has opened for our, drum roll, please. Ooh. My sequin. He's like no.
Drum roll.
He's like I didn't get that sound effect. I got a couple other ones. I got a DJ horn that I'm not gonna play. But as you know, if you are a member of our Crown Jewels, you're on the Onyx plan, or you are an Enterprise member, you get early access. So registration emails or invitation emails would have gone out at some point today, around this afternoon.
Fantastic.
So definitely get in there, and then it will open up for everyone else on Monday. We will let you know when it opens, so you don't have to ask, because everybody's anxious to get in, and so there's a lot of emails that come in, and every time we answer that email, we're not sending the email to you to invite you to Travel Quest World. So yes, so for the next 30 days, you have an early bird special. Wasn't it the early bird special like at the Wags or the Denny's? You get the early bird special. I just realized that. Anyway, sorry. You get the early bird special, so you want to take advantage of that. And also this year, there's a special option for you to bring a guest to a couple of the social events, which when we were on a cruise, a little bit different.
Yeah.
Everybody can come in. But in the past, World has been on lockdown. You have to be a member to attend all of the events.
Right.
And here, for the social events, we've got a couple, and those are noted on the registration. In particular, the Questy Awards.
Yes.
If you're gonna
what
win,
are the Questy Awards for those that don't know?
for the Questy Awards. So the Questy Awards are, it is our annual awards program. I'm going to cover up the name here. Our annual recognition program. They're called the Questies. Some are based on sales performance, and then there are some that are based on marketing, your prowess, your demonstrated prowess in marketing, as well as your engagement in the Travel Quest Network programs and your involvement in the community. So we've got quite a lot of awards. We started this. This will be the third year?
Yes.
Yes. Third year, and the big award is the Monarch Agency of the Year.
Correct.
And that one is a very special award. We have our Monarch agencies, but we have the Monarch Agency of the Year, and that is a combination of things. And you will be able to nominate people for awards or members for awards. All of that will be opening up soon, but I just happen to have, I didn't steal this from one of my members. As things do, we had a typo on a word. So
Now you have an award prop.
Yeah, I've got a prop,
good.
and I just have to cover the name just so somebody doesn't realize, oh, that was my award.
So registration for our
Thank you.
Crown Jewel members, as well as those who are on the Onyx
And Enterprise.
Onyx level and Enterprise. Registration's open now.
Yes, they would have received an email, and just let's be honest, okay? So we use Cvent, which is an event many of you use if you're event planners. Many of those emails go to junk. So
Yes.
every single test that we
The
did.
test email that I received did go to your
junk.
junk folder.
So
please do.
you want to look for this from is Angela @ Travel Quest Network, and it's coming from support at travelquestnetwork.com. That's the email address. But even if your other support emails come in, this one, because it's coming from Cvent, will probably, I'm going to just say it is in your junk.
It's going to go to junk.
Yeah, it's going
go to your
so
junk.
save it. Yeah.
Look
Get it
for Travel Quest World or just Travel Quest Network.
Travel Quest World
Or both.
Yep.
So you find it.
Yeah, but those went out, and and then we'll send out the invitations again, to everyone else on
everybody.
Monday. But again, 30 days for this early bird special, and then the price goes up. There's no exceptions on that. But loving the fact that we can bring a guest, because it is the Questies. Every event has like a little gathering at the end. But having the Questies has been a very cool ad.
Absolutely.
So obviously, can't wait to see you there in Orlando. Oh, there we go. There's the party sound. So we just have a few minutes for some headlines.
Just a few minutes. Oh gosh, literally just a few minutes.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here, Joshua.
And also just if you don't know, the whole thing about the sequins is it happened in Travel Quest World 2019. We were going to be at Caesars in Las Vegas the next year, and I ordered on Amazon a sequin jacket to say, hey, we're going to be at Caesars. And it was life-altering. People were stopping me in the hallway and wanting to take pictures with me.
It's true.
Had I known
It's true.
in high school.
And not people
yeah,
from our group.
Yeah.
Just
Nobody cared
like
from our
children
group.
and
And
perfect
adults.
strangers.
Yes, and strangers. So that
a couple
is
of really intoxicated.
yeah,
people.
really intoxicated couple tackled me, and we have photos. But yeah, it's now become my thing. So that's really where that came from. So it's not all sequins, but it's a little bit of sequins.
I love it. All right, just a couple headlines. Caribbean is big, right? Let's go to Kokomo.
Way down to
Yeah.
Kokomo.
You hadn't sung yet, so I wanted to give you that chance.
I did earlier.
Oh, did
It's
you?
all coming
Okay.
back to me now. Oh God,
yeah.
that was
Okay.
loud.
So anyway, Holland America
Yeah.
they are adding more sailings to the Caribbean in the 2024-25 season. They're also going to be sailing to the Caribbean from Boston now, and they're also going back to Bermuda. So I thought that was interesting. You know, cruise lines, Caribbean is big, demand is big. Cruise lines are continuing to kind of go all in. You know, we talked about building out private islands and you know, expanding that. You know, more ships, more itineraries.
Yeah, that's what we talked. You know, Evan was feeding me the news last week, and he was talking about you really highlighting the fact that everybody's extending and you know longer times on the ship, and that would be a nice long trip from Boston to the Caribbean.
Yeah,
yeah,
and you know, another, especially with the price of air, right?
Yeah.
So that's a great opportunity. Egypt, you know, we talked about that a few weeks ago. Egypt is hot. Vikings adding their third ship. They're going to have 6, right, Evan? 6 ships by 2025 on the Nile. I think that would be the coolest trip, to do a cruise on the Nile.
See the pyramids along the Nile.
Okay, I don't know that song, but or is that a real song?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm not really on key, but yeah, that was.
And then every resort, every tour company, every cruise ship, they're in like this arms race to have stuff for people to see and do, and everyone just wants more, right?
Okay.
So this is interesting. The Outrigger Waikiki Beachcomber is adding a resident show of Cirque du Soleil.
Really?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. So
interesting.
They're coming in with, you know, not just, you know, some little, you know, halfway entertainment. We're bringing a Cirque show here.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then I got one thing for you, my king of luxury.
Right. And I mean, it looks like I'm reading it. I can't actually see it. I just see he's got a lot of details here.
I know you like luxury.
I do.
Crystal is back.
Crystal.
In 2024, they're going to have a 125-night world cruise that's now open for booking. 28 countries, 62 destinations. And it's going to be on the Crystal Serenity, which is in dry dock, undergoing massive, you know, renovations. And they're revamping all of the suites. They're revamping the gyms, the spa, the wellness program, and of course, to capture in or join in on the rage, there's going to be a pickleball court. Do you ever play pickleball?
No, but this has come up recently. It's you know, I really blame Vicky Freed from Royal Caribbean. Like
for pickleball? Like she is responsible for this craze? I feel like, and if any of y'all know, I feel like you would support me. Like, did anybody even know about it until she started to be all about it? I don't know, but I haven't done the pickleball. Well,
I do like pickles, though.
If you do want to take up pickleball, with pickles or without, the Crystal Serenity is a place you can do it.
Well, like you said that they were revamping the gem, and every time we've done a few river cruises like our Diamond Voyages, and there's a gem, and I look at it and I'm like, gosh, I am going to get so fit on this trip, and I have never done that.
No,
but it'll be nice here on this Crystal ship.
Yeah. Well, 125 nights, you know. I mean.
Yeah. Well, I guess you better do something, right? You can only eat
like a 7-day cruise. That's like.
Thank you for putting it into perspective for me. You're 100% right. Yes. I don't feel bad about yourself, Joshua, for not going to the gym when you're on the cruise. No. Now I'm talking to myself. What's going on? So is that a wrap up of the news?
That's all I got this week.
Oh my goodness. Well, we were able to fit it all in. So rock on. The biggest news for us and for you, our members at Travel Quest Network, is Travel Quest World registration is opening up. You will have plenty of time to get in. So do check your inboxes Monday if you are not a Crown Onyx Enterprise member today. But on Monday, everyone else will get the invite. It will go to your junk. Just, don't first go there. And then, definitely, it's so disappointing that we can't make it not go to junk, but that's just how it goes. So cannot wait for you to register. You're going to get a fantastic rate at the Waldorf Astoria in Orlando. They are so excited to have us there. I cannot wait for us all to get together there. But I am so excited to be with you, hitting the road We're not on a bus, but we're getting there close. We're going to get there someday. Cannot wait to see you in Houston.
I will see you next in Houston
on Monday. Until next time, take care of yourself so we can take care of each other, and we'll see you next Friday at 4. Bye.
See ya.